Hello there. How are you? Oh, I see. Well, let me just sanitize my hands real quick. And then we will get started. Here we go. Alright, so tell me a little bit about what I am seeing you here for. Okay. Yeah, I'll just be writing this down as we speak. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay, and anything else? No. All right. So this is quite a list of concerns. So I think for you, we'll just do a top-down approach, if that's okay with you. Yeah, we'll just check everything, give it a little once-over, and pay special mind to these concerns, okay? All right, now before we get into that, do you mind if I just have you confirm your name and date of birth? Wonderful. Excellent. And is that your preferred name? How do you like to be addressed? Wonderful. That's excellent. So, let me just gather my tools for a moment. And I think we will have that at the ready. Okay, that should be about everything. Now, looks like the vitals that we took from you, those are just impeccable. Wonderful temperature, heart rate was good, a good blood pressure, good oxygen saturation, so everything there looks excellent. So I think we'll just move into taking a look at your head and your face. So I've already sanitized my hands, but I would like to ask permission if it's okay for me to touch you for the purposes of this examination. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So I'll just have you hold still, okay? Do let me know if there's any pain or discomfort at all, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and just take a little feel here. So I want to feel the shape of the head. I want to feel for any lumps that should be there, bumps that should not be there. The back of the head. If you had any problems with the hair, with the scalp at all. Okay. And have we had any problems with the head? Aches, pains, that sort of thing? No. Okay. Let me just take a look at the hairline here. If you could just hold still for me. Just hold still. Very good. Let me look around the ear here. Okay. Good. And then the other side. Take a little look. Okay. I know that looks quite good. So let me just note that down. So your head looked fantastic. And then we can take a peek at the face, okay? So let me see here. I just want to look. I want to look at the quality of the skin. I want to look at the texture. Okay. Have you noticed any itching, burning, flaking, anything of that sort? Redness? No? Okay. And has the skin changed in its oil distribution? If you normally have dry skin, for example, does it change? If you normally have oily skin, does it change? No, it stayed consistent. That's good. Okay, what about the number of blemishes? Have you noticed any change in that? Okay. We can tell a lot about the health from the skin and the nails, actually. I just want to make sure that we have everything looked after, since you've had quite a few concerns. But I dare say your skin looks just about perfect, okay? No, I don't have any concerns, and it's not reddening up as I touch it. You haven't told me there's any pain or any sensitivity. So I think overall, you're in pretty good shape, okay? Okay. Let's have a little peek at your eyes. I am going to grab a little light here. And I'm just going to first look at the eye itself. We won't do any little tests just yet. So I've already noted that the eyebrows and eyelashes are intact. So it's unlikely that we have a sign that your trigeminal nerve might have a little bit of an issue. Again, it's funny how things in the face can alert us to what's going on in the body. Okay, just looking at the skin. Right, and I'm going to look at the conjunctiva of the eyes. So I'm just going to be pulling down the eye and taking a peek at the inside there, as well as pulling up and looking around there. So when I pull down, I want you to look up. When I pull up, I want you to look down, okay? We'll do this one eye at a time. So I am just going to start by pulling up. I want you to look down, okay? Pull up and you look down. Good. Good, okay? And I am going to pull down on the eyelid and I want you to look up, okay? Pulling down. Very good. Okay, and the other side, I'm going to pull up and I want you to look down for me. Pulling up, you look down. Wonderful. Good. And if you could you would be looking up, I would be pulling down. Got my ups and downs mixed up a bit. So I'm pulling down, you look up. Here we go. Okay. All right, I'm quite pleased with that. Turn that off for just a little bit. I just want to do a little bit of palpation here. Do let me know if there's any pain or tenderness here. Be very careful about this one. The eyes are very delicate things. Have you had any problems with your vision? No? And when's the last time you've had an eye exam? Fairly recently, yes indeed. That's good. Okay. And what about things like eye pain, strain, fatigue, itching, anything like that? No. Okay. So we're going to bring the light back out real quick. And we're going to look at the eyes themselves. So I am going to have you just look at my nose for me real quick. Okay, I'm just going to bring my light in. Just want to make sure the pupils are responding to the light. Okay, and we'll do a few tests, right? Looking at my nose here. Doing absolutely excellent, exemplary work here. Great. Okay, so I'm going to have you look at my nose again. I'm going to do what's known as the swinging light test. So I am going to bring my light in towards one eye, swing it around to the other side, swing it back, swing it back, swing it back, and one more swing. Good, okay. And now I am going to do the direct consensual response test. So that means I'm going to hold my hand up in between your eyes, and I'm going to bring the light in at an angle, and I'm going to check the direct response, and I'm also going to look at the consensual response in the other eye, okay? So we're just going to hold my hand up. Just keep looking ahead for me. Direct. 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 Wonderful. Consensual. 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 Wonderful. And we'll flip to the other side. Direct. 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 Great. Consensual. 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 Wonderful. Now we're going to do a fun little test. Let me scoot back here. And I want you to follow this light using only your eyes without moving your head. We're going to test your cardinal directions of gaze. So just, there you go. Follow the light. There. Easy enough, isn't it? Just keep following the light. Make sure not to move your head. Just do this the best you can. Very good. Just a little bit longer. Wonderful. And keep following this light as I bring it in and out. Good. In and out. Wonderful. And we'll switch to the other side. Keep following this light as we come in and out. In and out. Good. Very good. You can blink a few times if you need to. That's a lot of light. Alright, so the eyes look excellent. And then we can move on to the nose firstly, and I am just going to grab a little speculum for my otoscope real quick. So we'll have a fresh one for looking at the nose, And we'll have a fresh one for looking at the ears. Then we have to assemble our tool. Just clip that into place. Good. So I am going to have you just tip your head back real quick. I'm just going to take a little peek. Right? So let's see. Okay. Tissues look great. Okay, and on the other side. Okay. Septum's midline, there's no perforation. And looking pretty good here. Okay, so you can go ahead and bring your head back. And let's take that off. So I'm going to feel around your nose a little bit, and then I'm going to feel around your sinuses. So I'm just going to have you hold still for me. Do let me know if there's any pain here. If you had any problems with your sense of smell. Okay, and what about your breathing? How's your breathing out of your nose been? Okay, unobstructed. There's no wheezing sound. No whistling. Okay, very good. So, as I've been pressing along the nose and looking at the ethmoid sinuses, are you experiencing any pain or tenderness? Okay. And let's bring it along the maxillary sinuses here. Any pain or tenderness? Okay, and if I come along the frontal sinuses here, any pain or tenderness? Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of direct percussion in which I'm going to tap alongside all of these different sinus cavities. Let me know if there's any pain or tenderness, okay? We're just going to do a tap, 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 tap. Anything? No? Okay. Nose and sinuses look perfect. Now let's take a peek at your mouth and your throat. So I'm going to look at the lips real quick. They do not look chapped or cracked. Do you ever have any problems with cold sores? Okay. And would you mind just opening your mouth a little so I can see the corners of the lips? Okay. Those look fine as well. So pallor's good. Good amount of moisture there. And I will have you open your mouth for me. And let me grab light and my little tongue depressor here. So if you could just real quick show me your teeth. Okay, and when is the last time you have seen a dentist? Okay, very good. Alright, those teeth look pretty good. You can go ahead and relax your lips a bit. And I am going to press your tongue down so I can look into your throat. Okay. So, from what I can see here, there doesn't seem to be any cobblestoning of the throat wall. No redness there. I can see your tonsils just a little bit, but in and of itself, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Some people just have just have their tonsils poke out a bit. Okay. Alrighty, and I'm just going to take a peek at the oral mucosa. Okay, and then get into this cheek here. Okay, and we'll throw that away. So, would you mind just opening your mouth a little bit wider and sticking your tongue to the roof of your mouth so I can look below the tongue? Good, okay. Excellent. And if you could stick your tongue out of your mouth for me. Yep, and can you move it to one side and the other? Up and down. Okay, and can you hold it still for a second? I'm going to look at the surface of the tongue. Okay, so there's a good shape to the tongue here. No cracking. Doesn't seem to be a coating. And that looks pretty good. So you can go ahead and put your tongue back in your mouth. Have you had any problems with your sense of taste? Okay. And any issue with sore throats, feeling like you're choking, any drainage? Okay, no. Alrighty, and any problems with swallowing? No. Alright, what about your jaw? Okay, any pain upon chewing, any pain opening or closing the jaw, shifting it from side to side? No? Okay, so I'm going to feel that a little bit, alright? So if you could just hold still. This would be the masseter muscle, and this joint here is the temporomandibular joint, TMJ for short. So that's a big one. It's like the sternocleidomastoid, or the SCM. Okay, so I'm going to have you open your jaw as I am palpating here. Okay, and close your jaw. Open, close. Okay, and how did that feel? That was fine. I'm going to palpate the temporalis muscle right around here, and I'm going to have you do the same thing. So if you could just open your jaw, close, open, and close. Excellent. Okay, and no pain or tenderness with that. Wonderful. Let's see. Mouth and throat. Exemplary. Good. Let's take a little peek at those ears. Any problems with your hearing? No, not with softer sounds, higher pitched, lower pitched, with or without background noise? Nothing. Okay, that's good. And any problems with ear pain, swelling, itching, drainage? Nothing of the sort. Very good. Let's grab a new speculum. Let's take a peek. I'm going to do this ear first, so if you could just hold still for me, I will make sure that I am balanced against you so that if you do happen to move, it's not going to poke you, okay? I'll keep myself steady. Alright, so just going to take the helix of the ear and pull that up and back, and then we will push the otoscope into the ear canal. There doesn't seem to be any fluid in the ear, and the ear canal is a correct pallor. There's no redness. And tympanic membrane looks great. Color's great. Okay, let's pull this out. Okay, and then do one of those. And then let's check the other side. So we are going to pull up and back before I put in, there we go, the otoscope. Helps to straighten out the canal. Okay. Alright, so same story over here. Beautiful ear canals, really. You could be a model. And tympanic membrane looks excellent. And dare say, beautiful, beautiful color. I love to see that. So let me go ahead and just pull this out. Okay. And we will not need that. Wonderful. Ears look wonderful. Now let's do a little bit of palpation of the lymph nodes, especially since we did see those tonsils poke out a little bit. I want to make sure we're not having any swelling in the nodes there. So I'm going to start at the very back at the occipital nodes. We'll work to the post-auricular, pre-auricular, parotid gland, and we'll work down. Get the submental, submandibular, and the different cervical nodes in the neck, and the supraclavicular. Okay, so if you could just hold still, it's the name of the game here. Okay, and we will just do occipital, just the hairline. Okay. Post-auricular, behind the ear, and let's go pre-auricular here. Okay, and down to the parotid gland. Good. And let's do underneath the chin. So these would be submental and submandibular. These ones can be a little tricky, so we'll have to get a bit of a rolling motion with them. Okay, and then we'll move down the neck. So we have superficial cervical, posterior cervical, deep cervical chain, all those little guys right in here. Good, and finally we have supraclavicular above the clavicle, as the name suggests. We'll just do a little there. Okay, quite pleased with that. So let's move on to some auscultation now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in my stethoscope. We're going to first start by listening to your heart. Now, the heart has a few different places that I need to listen to, and I just need you to breathe normally for me, okay? Alrighty, so I'm going to place this on your chest. We're going to listen to the different valves. Okay, and if you just want to breathe normally. Let me start aortic here. Good, and then pulmonic. Good, and then we listen to tricuspid. natural. Okay, that heartbeat is unmatched. I think that is a wonderful, wonderful heartbeat. Let's take a listen to your lungs. This time I am going to have you breathe when I direct you to do so. We're going to take deep breaths and I'm going to listen to the lungs in a ladder-like motion so that I'm always comparing one side to the other. I will have you take a deep breath in for me. And out. There we go. Deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. And out. Deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. Last one. Deep breath in. And out. Okay. We'll take just a moment. You've got some real capacity in those lungs. Good. And let us take a listen to your abdomen. Listen to your digestive organs. Okay. All right, and here I just want you to breathe normally. We'll go quite a few different places here. Keep breathing normally. This one takes a bit of time, but that's because there are a lot of organs housed here. Liver, pancreas, stomach, small and large intestine, kidneys, right behind. There's a lot going on here. Okay, I think those abdominal sounds were really a paradigm for what all abdomen should be sounding like. So let's do a little palpation, okay? So this one might be a touch uncomfortable because I am going to be pushing into your stomach, all right? But I want you to just breathe through it and it will be brief, okay? All right, so I am just going to be feeling around the organs, and do let me know if there's any pain or tenderness. Okay, how are we doing? All right. I'm going to be pressing quite deep in a few places, and I want you to let me know if there's any pain. It may be a little tender, but I want you to let me know if there's any pain. Yeah, that one's not very comfortable, huh? Yeah. How was that? Okay, no pain. That's what's important. Okay, absolutely extraordinary. Let's take a peek at your hands and your arms. So if you could just hold out your hands for me. I'd like to take a look at the quality of the nails, the skin. I'd like to look at your capillary refill, okay? Right, so nails look good. Great color, no ridging, not a white spot to be found. Okay, and skin is warm to the touch, dry. Okay, and I am just going to be squeezing on your nails to check the capillary refill. So I'll squeeze and then I'll release, and we want to see that color return in under 2 seconds. Okay, so let me see your fingers here. We are going to squeeze and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Last one, squeeze and release. Okay, I'm going to feel the temperature of your hands and up your arms with the backs of my hands. Okay, see if there's any odd temperature changes here. Okay, that all feels pretty good. And have you had any problem with dexterity, with any pain, coordination, anything like that? Any stiffness in the joints? No, not really. Okay. So if you wouldn't mind just showing me your elbows real quick, I'd like to look for any skin abnormalities like plaques here. Okay. All right, very good. And then we'll take a little look at your legs and your feet. Have you had any problems with pain in the legs, in the feet? Any trouble with standing, keeping your balance? No, nothing like that? Any swelling? No. And any skin abnormalities? Okay, all right. Let's take a peek. So you are indeed correct. The skin looks great. Okay, and even the feet. Pretty good looking feet here. Okay, and ankles. Wonderful, no fluid here. Okay, so let me go ahead and just do a quick temperature check here. Yeah, that's all warm but not hot. Good temperature distribution here. I'm going to check the capillary refill on your toes, okay? So I'm just going to be squeezing and releasing. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze and release. Okay, wonderful. So as I'm feeling around here, is there any pain or tenderness? No. And as I move the joints a little, the toes, no. What about the ankle? No. Other side. We'll do the toes, the ankle. Pretty strong. Very good. So now we're going to go from top up, and I am going to feel your pulses. I'm going to feel the pulse at the top of the foot here. Okay. And we are going to feel right behind the leg. This is the popliteal pulse here. Isn't that a funny word, popliteal? Okay, we can skip inguinal, but we can check on the radial pulses here. And then what about ulnar? Good, those are strong. And we'll do the crooks of your elbows here. Very good. And now I'm just going to feel the carotid. I'll do one at a time here. Okay, if you could just hold still. And we will just switch real quick. Okay, very good. Right. Pulses, the hands, the legs, these are all brilliant. Okay, so is there anything that I have not addressed that you have some concern about? We've looked at your vitals, we've looked at your head, your face, your eyes, ears, nose, throat, looked at the neck, chest, abdomen, arms, hands, legs, feet. Okay, checked your pulses, your lymph nodes. Doesn't seem to be too much left, at least from what I can do here in this office. So I suppose we can wrap it up from there. As for your condition, I would say, essentially, for lack of a better word, you would be basically like new. I haven't seen anything that I would be worrying about at this time. You're running like a well-oiled machine, really. Couldn't be happier. I think you are the perfect example of a model patient. Okay? I don't have too much worry for you at all. So, do you have any other questions at all about anything I looked at, anything that I did, anything you still have reservations about? Okay. Alrighty. Well, if you do, you can always give the office a call, okay? And from there, I think I'm going to sign off on your chart. And I think that'll be it. So, I would like to thank you so very much for coming into the office today and letting us assuage your concerns. I really hope this was a relaxing process. I hope you have a whale of a day and a good rest of your night. Thank you. Bye now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I create primarily medical, alternative medicine / pseudoscience and personal attention ASMR roleplays. If you want to check out a specific category of my videos, my channel playlist
access to.